What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Gabby and I am your new makeup bestie. For today's video, we're gonna go step by step on how I achieve this look, which is my super quick, easy, get ready with me for the summer type look. So if you wanna know how I achieve this, then keep on watching. To start off this look, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Skin Sun Protection and Makeup Primer. This has SPF 30 in it. Hydrating aloe, hyaluronic acid, and squalene. It's lightweight and gives a glowing radiance while priming for long wear makeup, which is something I need especially in the summer. And it has a little bit of a hue to it. I don't pick up a whole lot. I do also like to put on sunscreen as part of my skincare routine. But when I'm using this primer, I tend to skip that step because it already comes with SPF 30 in this primer, which is nice because it's a 2-in-1 step. I am not going to go in with a foundation today. I feel like in the summer, foundations for me are a little heavy, so I tend to go with something a little lighter, like a skin tint. I recently picked up this Live Tinted Hue Guard tint. It also has SPF 50 in it, so best believe I'm loading this face up with SPF because this sun has been rough. It's been strong, and I'm just trying to make sure I protect my skin. That's important to me. So this has SPF 50, and then you can apply to your skin using your fingers or a sponge. I have a sponge, and then feel free to layer until desired level of coverage. I think for this skin tint, I usually go in with 1 or 2 layers. Usually 1 is good if I want something lightweight. 2 if I want a little more full coverage, but usually this gives enough coverage. I'm filming in a new desk setup today, and the desk is so low, so I have a handheld mirror here to help me apply my makeup because I'm blind. I can't really see without my glasses. And when I don't have my glasses, I literally need the mirror to be like full on my face in order for me to even know what I'm doing. I got a little pimple forming there. I'm not gonna touch it. It's like so hard not to touch it though. I've been using a new facial cleanser too, so maybe that's what's causing the breakouts. Anytime I switch a cleanser, my skin starts acting up. I usually tend to stick to the Dermalogica. It's the, which one is it? The Clear Start. I think that's what it's called, Clear Start. I actually went a little heavy with the skin tint, but honestly, you guys, on the skin, it has a skin-like finish. Like, it literally feels like I don't have anything on. And it has decent coverage for skin tint. I'm trying to find a better setup for my makeup tutorials because I ended up moving things around in here and had to shift my desk. This is where I usually filmed my first videos, and I really like this cute little background that I have going on. But with still working from home, I had to move in my computer desk in here, and that took up a lot of space. So now I have to figure out my makeup filming situation. But this little corner here is what has worked for me. And now I have to just figure out how to rearrange this room so that I can get back to doing makeup videos because I like doing them so much. And I feel like I haven't done them in a while. All right, I feel like I'm good on the skin tint. For concealer, I'm going to do the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Concealer in the shade Warm Beige. And for the skin tint, I ended up using a shade 7, in case you were wondering. And then for application, I'm just So I'm gonna put a little bit on the corner and a little bit on the outer corner. Pretty minimal. I feel like we've all kind of steered away from adding on so much concealer. At least I know I have. And I tend to go in a little bit more minimal. And then I tend to like brighten up the under eye a little bit with like a setting powder. Especially for a hot day, I want to look put together, but not have too much makeup on my face. And this is usually my go-to. I'm going to let the concealer just sit there for a little bit. And while that sits, I'm going to go in with the Dibs Desert in the shade Starlit. And it is a dual-ended concealer. Let me take it back. It is a dual-ended blush as well as a bronzer. So I'm going to start off with the bronzer, and it is a little more on the like grayish side versus like a warmer type bronzer. This is definitely more cool tone. That's what I'm trying to say. This is more on the cool side than the warmer side. I tend to bounce between both depending on the type of look that I want to go for. But today I am going to do this cooler tone. I feel like I keep shaking my table. It's not working out. Get my temples a little bit with the excess that was left over. I tend to just focus on the cheekbones, and then whatever I have left over, I just throw up into my temples. And then just get onto the other side to do the blush, which is this really pretty, like pinkish, shimmery shade. And it gives a really nice just glow, overall glow. That is the go. In the summer, I don't necessarily mind looking a little sweaty. And I feel like when I do kind of give off that look, I at least have a little glowy look to it, you know? And this has honestly been my go-to makeup look in the past like few weeks. That's been really hot. And it's just super quick and easy. I'm just going to grab my concealer brush. This one is the e.l.f. Tap and Blend Concealer Brush. And I'm just going to tap in the concealer into the creases that kind of formed underneath my eye there before I start setting with a powder. And now to set it, I'm going to set with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Under Eye Setting Powder in the shade Peach. And I do the peach because I feel like I've started getting dark circles on my under eyes. I don't see it so much now, but I've been noticing a little bit of some dark circles. So this color correcting helps cancel out some of that color. And I'm going to use, going to use this is actually a highlighting brush by e.l.f., but I like how it fits underneath my eye. So I usually tend to use it to set my concealer. And it's just a light hue of the peach. Or sometimes I tend to go with a translucent or a pink powder if I want a more brightening effect. But today I feel like I want it closer to my natural skin tone. To set the cream bronzer and the blush, I'm going to do LA Girl, and this is on Cloud 9 Bouncy Blush and Bronzer. This one is in the shade Misty Mauve, and you guys, I already broke it. I'm so sad. It is a little fragile. It broke like after 2 or 3 uses, but it has a little crack right on top where the blush is. So I'm being very gentle with this. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this bronzer and just tap it over where I just put the cream. Nothing too heavy, just setting it. As well as in my temples. And then the excess I just like to run across my jawline. And then I'm just going to go in right on top of that with this blush color. And then tap that on as well. Blush is still my favorite part of the eye look, or just the overall face look, not the eye. It's still my favorite. I love a nice blush look. And yes, I still run it across my nose. I just personally like how it looks. That's the beauty of makeup. You get to have fun with it. There's no right or wrong way on how to apply things. After that step, I sometimes just go in straight to mascara, or sometimes I like to put on a little bit of shadow. I've been really into the eyeshadow sticks. So this one is by Laura Mercier, and this one is in the shade Starlight, and I just feel like it's just so quick and easy to apply onto the eye. I tend to throw this on when I'm getting ready for work, if I have like an event I have to go to and I want to do an eye look, but nothing too dramatic. I honestly just draw this onto my eye. And then I just, using my pinky finger, I just go up into the crease and I just soften that out a little bit. Up into the brow bone. And it's just such a quick and easy look. And if you want to go in and diffuse a little bit on your eyelid, you can, but I tend to just kind of leave that in there. And it's just that simple of you just drawing this color into your eye and then diffusing it out with your finger. It has been my go-to, and I have so many colors in this eyeshadow stick. Look at how pretty. So glowy, so natural. And that's that. That's that for the eye. I like to do, I have more fun with makeup when I'm wearing contacts, because I feel like when I'm wearing my glasses, it kind of takes away from the whole look. I don't know. I have to be a little smarter with what I put on if I'm putting on my glasses. For mascara, I'm going to do the Maybelline New York Colossal Bubble. This has been my go-to mascara. I cannot put it down. I wear it every day, nearly every day. I think it's the brush that I'm so obsessed with, or just the way that it applies, but I feel like it really brushes onto the lashes so nicely without it getting super clumpy. Like, that is one coat. I've usually just been going in with one coat of this mascara. If I want something a little bit more dramatic, then I'll go in with the second coat, but one is really all I need. What I like about this mascara too is that I don't look like a raccoon at the end of the day, because there are some mascaras that transfer to my under eyes and I do not look cute at the end of the day. And I've noticed that this one specifically does not transfer to my under eyes. To set my face, I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is my go-to when it first came out. And then I started using a ton of other setting sprays, and now I'm back to using it again. And I'm glad it hasn't gone away. The mist is just so nice and so fine. The way it like falls onto my face feels so good and so refreshing. For lip, I'm going to use Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Polish in the shade Claire. I'm obsessed with these plump glosses. They give a really nice shine. It hydrates your lips. And it has a plumping effect to it where it's not so dramatic. Like you feel it on the lip, but it doesn't burn at all. It feels very minty. On days where I'm doing just a simple look, I like to just throw on a gloss and reapply throughout the day. It's just what works for me, and I love it. Throw on my glasses. Here is the final look. Super glowy, perfect look for the summer. This is seriously my go-to. It is fast and sweat proof. It does last me all day. Even with my glasses on, I feel like I can rock this look. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.